to a critical state here. Meanwhile, these two Raveners have just been trashing Choko's power. Choko really been unable to keep any tech going. And again, here comes the Venom Brood with more ranged Synapse. This is just going to be critical mass as far as a Nid Ranged blob can go. Really, all of... Oh, these Raveners are in trouble. A teleport with the... Oh, nope, they did not even need to. They teleport onto the corpse of the last Ravener, and that is one of the two Ravener squads down. So that's a good win for Choko. He really needed to drop at least one of those squads there after losing his two Shuriken cannons. Oh no! Oh no! A quick unburrow by the Nid army right behind the Warp Spider. One salvo annihilated that poor hero. Relatively squishy when he's caught out from behind cover. And more Raveners coming up behind the Shuriken cannon again with this wide map and the quick Nids and of course Ravener tunnels all over the place. It's really difficult to position your Shuriken platforms or other weapon platforms in a profitable position without leaving them exposed to either one side or the other. And with the Ravener's ability to tunnel in and out of pretty much anywhere on the map at this point, you can see he's got not had less than 3 tunnels up at any given time. Really just excellent positioning by keeping those Shurikens down. You can see the Banshees finally getting in a power bash of their own, but it looks like the Ravener Alpha is going to use what I'm assuming is a Ravener call in here. Here they come, knocking those Banshees right to the ground. Good call in. They need to get out of there very quickly. A lot of melee coming in on retreat from those Raveners. It looks like they're going to get out. That Exarch's in trouble. Oh no! She does fall, but two of her sisters managed to get out of there. You can just see the crazy damage even on retreat that this pile is doing. Really, I'm sure it's just going to be moving together. Warp Spiders managed to decap this power on the top, but they're going to need to get out there immediately. Quick warp to safety. Meanwhile, Sorg is just trying to take this map back here. Choko's been doing a really good job of keeping the map in his control despite being on the back foot after that rough early engagement, losing both the Shuriken and the Guardians. The Warp Spider's map control is, of course, second to none, so he's been managing to use that in his favor, and of course to his signature playstyle. So, meanwhile, these Banshees have not gotten their Exarch back, but Choko looks like he has a pretty good lock on the center here. He does have the Banshees to support his Shuriken, although they are a bit beat up still. And Sorg, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and go for the push into Tier 3, and we'll probably be seeing a Carnifex or possibly even a Swarm Lord in not too long. Choko, as you can see, has been keeping the victory points in his favor. He's lost some stuff, but he's really keeping the map control good. He's got approaching a 100-point lead here. Banshees did get their Exarch back now, and they're going to go trash the rest of that power farm that they didn't get to finish off earlier. Never leave a job undone if you can. Meanwhile, it looks like the Nid army's regrouping, hopping into some tunnels, popping out on the other side of the map. And it looks like he's just bringing it all together right here, and he's just going to make a big push with everything he's got. This is what I was talking about. This is the Nid Ranged blob of doom. Just look at that incoming fire there. One salvo from this can pretty much drop just about anything when it comes down to it. You can see again both Shurikens did have to fall back almost immediately. There's really not much Choko can do about this until he can get something to at least suppress or something against this. I feel like some Wraith Guard would certainly be useful against a blob like this. You can just fire right in the middle. You just need to get them into position. Fortunately, Choko, having a hell of a time keeping his power, just doesn't have the resource to bring a unit like that onto the field right now. You can see the Nids just moving back and forth, keeping these nodes down, just preventing Choko from getting any kind of tech off. That must be frustrating. The Banshee's running right past the squad of Termagants. He knows that if he hangs around there, the rest of the blob will be sure to follow. We do manage to get a couple models off on that escaping Termagant squad, so that's looking pretty good there. Meanwhile, the Warp Spider ever warping, ever capturing. Looks like we've got another call in here. A second squad of Warp Spiders. Choko's deciding to fight fire with fire. If you want a mass range power, then he will as well. Let's see what's going on here. Really no power income for either player. Both players have been repeatedly losing power. Choko a little bit worse on the receiving end of that, of course, with the Nid army just popping in and out of tunnels all over the map. This map being so spread out, it really gives the Ravener an advantage, I feel. Again, Choko's set up in the middle. I feel like he could use maybe this garrison to his advantage to keep those Raveners off of him and keep this first Shuriken a little far back to keep that firing arc looking a little better there. Wouldn't give the second gun much of an arc of fire, but it would protect him here and at least force the Ravener to maybe buy some Spore Mine or something along those lines. You can see not using his Banshees to engage, just keeping them out of the fight, waiting for something to retreat past them, and where they can really use that bonus melee to their advantage. Raveners coming in. He did manage to outmaneuver that Burrow Strike, but they are taking just too much damage from those Raveners. Let's see, level 1, 2 squads. Hero being level 3. Finally getting some suppression there and forcing him back, but with the tunnels that are set up, he can get right back out on the map. There goes those Warp Spiders. Dropped a unsuspecting Ravener. Fell into the web of the Warp Spiders, and again making that one retreat as well. Possibly could warp and get another kill there, but he's gonna instead go for the Ravener. Look at his HP drop. The burst damage on those Warp Spiders are excellent between the two Warp Spider squads. Warping in for the kill, down falls the Ravener. Good play by Choko, following up and making sure that hero goes down, putting a temporary stop to any more tunnels going up. Meanwhile, Banshee's on cab duty, and oh no, we can see biomorphing in the bowels of the Tyranid hive. We have a Swarm Lord queued up. Oh no, the Warp Spider falls again, just to that massive damage of just like as I said earlier, one salvo from this pile of ranged, and it just drops almost anything. Termagant's getting dangerously low there, taking a lot of return fire from these Warp Spiders supported by the Shuriken platform. With the two squads of Warp Spiders, the Raveners have to be a lot more careful about just mindlessly burrow striking in on that. So Choko really managing to keep map control here and keep on the pressure. He's pulled off some good plays here, killing the hero and a squad of Raveners at one point. So balancing out the couple squads he's lost as well so far too. With the two Ravener squads hanging out with their Ravener Alpha and some other Synapse creatures in the form of Venom Brutes, really just plastering anything they come up here. We have a Tyranniform on the Shuriken platform, and oh no, look at that! Guardians flying everywhere. A spike comes up right in the middle of that Shuriken squad and takes it out. Also managed to tag a Ravener, but it looks like he's going to be alright. That bug's going to be okay despite that spike to the back. And that was an extra squad kill. Really not what Choko needed, especially now that this Swarm Lord is on the field. Infantry he was ready to deal with at this point with the Warp Spiders, Shurikens, and Banshees, but something as big as this Swarm Lord he's really unprepared for. So he's going to have to come up with something quickly, unfortunately, to deal with that. Choko has been spending so much wreck on power despite having a good comeback here. He's just not going to be able to bring anything major on the field to help deal with this Swarm Lord. You can see the Warp Spire is just constantly picking off units here, doing pretty excellent damage. Oh no, the Exarch falls. First thing, I hate it when that happens. Squad leaders have a tendency to stand out in the front there and take the first rounds of fire, and you really don't want to do this with a rain pile like this coming at you. Choko obviously not happy to see that Swarm Lord. Sword getting a triple cap finally on this, with Choko having nothing to really answer that Swarm Lord. Gonna have to come up with something here to keep himself in the game. Because whenever there's a triple cap, the points will very quickly fall against your favor. Really just nothing you can do. As soon as you fall under range of all that, you can just see your units are melting very, very rapidly under that kind of fire. Looks like Choko went ahead and conceded. This Swarm Lord was enough to shatter his morale. He knew there really wasn't anything he was going to be able to do about that. Wasn't able to keep his power up with this Ravener squad. I mean, this is just sums it up right there. These three units right here, the Raveners and their Alpha, sealing the deal there. Choko had some good plays, but it was just not enough to come back from his mistake early game, and the just insane amount of map control that the Ravener was able to do. So, thanks for watching. That's the game. Hope you liked it. And if you did, as always, feel free to stop by my channel and subscribe. Got plenty more videos there. It's Red-Rupee. Thanks for watching.